So the charging has finished already, and we are back. Measuring the car, of course. And we have, after charging has stopped about half an hour ago, 13,046. Okay, then that's what we had. I checked this morning at 6 AM when the charging was still in place. We had 14.2 volts. Well, I left my bonnet open again to measure. So, and just for the records, we left the car with 12.85 volts at 5 past 8. We've got now 10 past 9. And you witness live what's going on. It has risen 12,972. So it has risen 120 millivolts in 1 hour. I should measure the state of charge of the battery and see what's going on after an hour. Okay, so these were the settings when we parked here. See, we already have 0.8 ampere hours less after 1 hour, but the voltage of the aux battery has risen by 120 millivolt. So that looks like the energy is going into my auxiliary battery for some reason while parking. So the question is, why is the car topping up the auxiliary battery while parking? Yeah, and I've got 2 kilometers less on the gasometer. Okay, I shall measure again at another time and see what's going on. I think I'm onto something now. Could this be a fault? Okay. Oh, I should probably turn on the car. So, guys, what the heck is this shit? There we go. 68% only from 74 this morning. That is insane. That is totally insane. Yeah, we lost about 3 kilometers only. Pfft, okay. So guys, I'm onto something now. I think I have found the problem with the losing energy while parking. Actually, to be fair and honest, it wasn't me who found it. Besides all my measuring and all this data collecting stuff, it probably was you. A lot of you guys have suggested, Andy, have a look at your auxiliary battery and see if it's fine. And I did a couple of times. And I couldn't find any problems with the aux battery at all. The voltage seems to be fine. The car doesn't show any problems when starting up or so. I couldn't see any problems with the 12-volt battery at all. And then since yesterday I looked a little bit closer. You can hardly see me in the sun here. I looked a little bit closer and I found, yeah, it is weird. Come on, go. Because when when I charge the car on the charging station, the voltage of the aux battery goes up to 14.2 volts or something. So you can really see it gets charged. When I stop charging in the morning, then just after charging stops, you can see the voltage drops down again, which is totally fine. I haven't got all the figures in my head yet. I put everything together. I'll update you shortly about this. So the voltage drops, which is totally fine because it doesn't get the charge anymore. Yeah, and there's always a little bit of load going on for the central locking and the alarms, whatever. Standby of the car, power is required. But then I measured just before I went for the first drive, and the battery was on 12.8 volts or something, and I drove the 15 kilometers to here, and I measured the battery again just after arrival, and it had only 50 millivolt more. So that was really weird, because when you drive the car, the auxiliary battery gets charged as well, and it should have more voltage than 50 millivolt on top of the start voltage. And then I what happened next? So this was at 12.85 volts, and then an hour later I measured the battery again without touching the car. So I locked the car and didn't touch it at all, and I measured the car again an hour later, and it was over 12.9 volts. So the voltage has risen while the car was parked for 120 millivolts, which is really strange, because you would expect there's the alarm pulling power from the 12 volt, the central locking is pulling power, and whatever standby crap is in the car. Yeah. So the voltage should actually go down slightly, because you're using energy from this battery, but now it has risen. And I went into the car and turned it on and measured with a dog, and it had 0.6 ampere hours less, which was right after 1 hour of parking already. Okay, so next hour, so I came back an hour later and measured the battery again, and again the voltage has risen to almost 13 volts, which is not expected, because, as I said, there is a load on the battery. It shouldn't rise. And I turned the car on again, and it had 0.7 ampere hours less again. So there was a total loss of 1.3 ampere hours in the first 2 hours of parking. Is that really? You are kidding me. And then I measured again and again and again and again during the day. And guess what? Nothing anymore. And from this state on, the battery voltage went down very slightly, went down, 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 down. So it looks like the parked car is charging the auxiliary battery in the back after the first drive, because it thinks it needs some charge. So that is really weird. That is totally weird. And I don't know exactly why this is happening and what exactly is happening, but it looks like something like this is going on. I need to build an adapter cable for my multimeter, so I can hook up the ampere meter and can see what power goes in and out while the car is parked. and then I can tell you exactly what's going on. But I can't do this before probably Friday afternoon or so. Maybe Saturday morning or so. I don't know yet. Oh. Yep, guys, but something like this is going on, obviously. And you guys picked it up. So thanks everyone for suggesting measuring the 12-volt aux battery. And I said, yeah, whatever. It can't be this battery. But it looks like, just turn on cruise control here. It looks like something like this is going on. So I'll keep you updated in the next quickie.